This is an unplanned video. I've only got one topic that I want to talk about. I'm Natasha from Travelandtash. The topic we're talking about today is meditation. I have a morning routine, as many of you know. I'm going to briefly talk about what it is that I do and why I do it. What I usually do every morning is I wake up, I usually get a glass of water, I put some music on, and I usually begin dancing around my mini apartment, and it gets my energy going. It gets my body moving, which makes me feel stronger, and it actually produces happiness in me. So that's why I do it. And after that, I usually, I'm usually doing that while I'm kind of making my bed and, just getting a glass of water or whatever. And then what I do is I usually select a yoga video that I'll follow, or I'll do some kind of kizomba workout where I'm like dancing furiously for about 10 minutes or something. And the reason why I do this is to just basically to stretch my body out, to get my body moving. And then after that, what I do is usually a 10-minute meditation. And following my meditation, which usually is about 10 minutes, I then usually do either a visualization, that means visualizing what I want for my future, or I'll pray to God, and I'll essentially tell him about what's going on in my life. And on occasion, what I'll do is I'll do a Tony Robbins method that he showed on a particular video, where he literally did this thing where he's reaching his arms up in the air, right? And then he's breathing, he's doing a breathing exercise, and he's lifting his arms up and down. So it goes something like this. So you close your eyes, you lift your hands up, and you go, okay, and so you're doing that for, a good 40 seconds or whatever. And the idea is that all of this breathing is really, all of this oxygen is going to your brain. And then what Tony Robbins' guide is that essentially you then fill your mind up with a particular image of something that makes you feel really happy. So say, for example, oftentimes I'll think about my nephews in Cambridge, and because whenever I think about them, or whenever I think about my experiences with my sister in Cambridgeshire, I usually have extremely positive feelings that go through my body. And then essentially Tony Robbins then says that what you need to do is then you need to visualize what exactly it is that you want from your future. And so what this does is that it's energized you, it's empowered you with giving you positive images, and then what you're doing is you're redirecting your mind to focus on something that's going to give your ship a direction, so that you can actually begin to work towards what your goals are. And it's a very good way to fine-tune your brain, to reset it, to strengthen it, to actually continue working toward goals that you have, particularly if you're somebody like me where, you have, a full-time job that where you have responsibilities and commitments to something that's completely unrelated to what it is that you're currently working on. I'm currently creating a brand that's about travel, and it's about fulfillment and happiness and learning how to empower yourself. And that is, I need to keep strengthening myself every day to keep working towards that particular goal. Well, and then after I've done that, I'll usually write a gratitude diary. I'll write down 3 things that I'm really grateful for. And following that, I usually make breakfast, and I'll accompany breakfast usually with a YouTube video that I watch from the people that I subscribe to, who are usually either Stefan James, or Project Life Mastery, or Evan Carmichael. Sometimes I watch Lily Ma, and I'd sometimes watch Refusing to Settle by Clark Kegley. and additionally Jake Ducey, actually, who to be honest, it really depends on what I'm in the mood to absorb that particular morning, what it is that I really, really need. And based on that, I'll choose whatever videos that those particular YouTubers have published lately or very recently, because I'm subscribed to them. I get their bell notifications. Anyway, the bottom line is that I've realised that in my morning routine, there's something that I need to change, and that is that I need to incorporate more meditation into my practice. I need to incorporate particularly affirmations. There's been a recent change in my private life, and I feel like I need to strengthen myself emotionally. I need to figure out who I am. I need to figure out what I want, and more than anything, I'm trying to understand why I do what I do, why I have certain patterns in my behaviour, and recognise the qualities that I have. Recognise that a lot of those are actually really, really positive, and to appreciate myself for them. And I recently discovered that Evan Carmichael talks about it as my one word, and I've recently realised that my one word is actually courage. That really means a lot to me. That's what I really, really value. And I've learned that affirmations to really encourage yourself to feel stronger, to empower yourself, are actually a very large part of self-growth. And this is one particular area that I've neglected, and I know that it's important. So I'm making a pledge right now that for the next 7 days, as of today, which is April the 21st, that I'm going to, for the next 7 days, meditate every morning and every night before I go to sleep, just before I go to sleep. And in these meditations, in this meditation practice, I'm going to be using affirmations while I meditate. And what I'm going to do is, in the comments below, or in the information down below the video, I'm going to include some of the meditation videos on YouTube that I'm going to be using, or that I have started using actually as of last night, this morning, and anything that I think that might be helpful. And I'll also include some of my social media links so that you can follow me on other sites like Instagram and Facebook and things like that. Anyway, if you're doing like any meditation pledges, or you're committing to doing something for the next week, please encourage me. Leave your comments in below. Let's encourage each other, and let me know what it is that you're going to be doing for the next week, what it is that you're pledging to do to improve your life, and to start tweaking and changing some of your habits to improve your self-awareness and to improve your life in general. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care.